All right. So after the DOJ scene, I couldn't be faded that way. They wanted to just go full blown gang stalk. The goal is to destroy me. I'm thinking it's because I was flipping them the bird and I disgraced them. I made them look they were embarrassed. That's what I'm thinking, right? I embarrassed the DOJ. And then on top of that, I'm flipping you the bird and there's nothing you can do about it because you're doing an illegal stingray operation, right? So this is their way of getting back at me. Noise campaigns, people stomping over my head in the hallway. That place had a couple cameras that I was staying at the time. They put up about 8 cameras around the whole apartment. It's an old apartment building. They put up 8 cameras around the whole building. They was just trying to destroy everything, right? My mama was in the hospital, bedridden from COVID. I think that her husband at the time purposely got her sick. When I would go visit my mom, her phone would start ringing, her cell phone. And I'm just looking at her like, are you going to answer? And she would never say nothing. She just had this look on her face that I'm accustomed to. Like not a guilt look or just like I don't know what to say look on her face, right? So this would happen every time I would come to visit her. And I told the story. I got a story pinned to my page called I Miss You Mom, a targeted story. If you want to go deeper in on that story, go peep that out. The craziest thing that happened was one day I went to go visit my mom, and one of the perps that they use for street theater was at the rehabilitation home, sitting at the first desk that you see a person, like when you come in, like the receptionist. And this purpose is playing the role of the receptionist. But yeah, every time I would go visit my mom, it was street theater going on. It was a lot of stuff, man. It was just a lot of things going on that they was trying to they tried their best to make me flip out at the nursing home. That was one of their top priorities. But of course it never worked. So then somehow, some way, I think they threatened my sister. And then I don't see her selling me out for money. I don't think she would have did that. She doing something she ain't got no business doing because they got her to cooperate. Right? Maybe I'm thinking what I would think is it was her baby daddy. He probably said they threatened me and they gonna send me to prison. And she probably was like, oh no. I don't know how they got her to participate, but she's participating. Right? So badly that she's involved her eldest child to even participate in it. Right? So, make a long story short, after, my mom passed away, it just went back to a noise campaign and street theater in my apartment. You know what I'm saying? When I leave, they only got access to you when you in the streets, when you know what I'm saying, in the beginning. See, this is the thing. I'm 6'1", 315. I ain't no little ass. I will break something. Okay? 6'1" and a half. I'll break a nigga. So they can't just walk up to me and do what they would do to a dude who was 5'7", 135 pounds. You can't do that. I'll rip you apart. So it's different when it comes to big dudes. You know what I'm saying? A big dude, you can't just walk up to him and do or say anything because it ain't that. So my gang stalking would look differently from yours. It's just they got to shape it around. They got to mold the scenario. They got to mold they stalking around the individual. So basically, what I'm currently dealing with, color desensitization, noise campaign, and occasionally they'll dibble and dabble or try to discourage any of my personal affairs that I got going on. You know what I'm saying? They get the bank to like add little draft fees and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Little petty stuff. Gang stalking is built to destroy you. It is built to kill you, but they don't want the blood on their hands. So what they do is they play all of these psychological games, and then they want you to off yourself, or they want you to do something stupid so that they can send the SWAT team in and off you, or do something stupid so that they can throw you in the penitentiary and they have Bubba put the blade to you. You dig? Something like that. They can't just shoot you down. You feel me? They can't do that because that's investigations and all the people you done told. Man, he did say he was being stalked. You know what I'm saying? So they want it to be untraceable. That's how it is, man. That's what you go through being a targeted individual. Like I said, it's different strokes for different folks, but for the most part, the goal is to discredit, destroy, and debilitate. They want to destroy your finances. They want to destroy your mental capability. They want to discredit anything that you say. You feel me? That's the goal. And none of this happened until I got saved. That's the crazy part about it. Well, it started right before I was gonna get saved. My whole life leads to the enemy trying to destroy me from the beginning. Like, it's things that I really don't want to talk about. But take my word, maybe one day I will talk about it. But I know for a fact that the enemy has had eyes on me since I was born. If you coming fresh home from the hospital, from the hospital to the Cabrini Green Towers, and somebody throw a TV out the window to try to kill you and your mama, come on, man. Part 4 coming up.